This is an open letter to friends and family. Here's to friends and family. And the rest of humanity. Here's the thing. Somebody asked the worst movie that you ever saw. What was it? Well, beside the gory stuff that I really don't enjoy, the horror, which I think is you have to be a little detached to enjoy a horror movie. You have to be a very detached from reality to watch a horror movie because blood and gore. If you think ever you have seen the real thing, you would be like, oh no, I don't want to re-see the shit. I never seen the real thing, but I kind of think that only very very sheltered people like horror movies. Very sheltered is like hasn't seen anything at all, so he or she is very detached from reality, so they can look at a horror movie as believed to be, yes, this can only be fiction. This can only be fiction. And then sleep well at night, because I wouldn't sleep well at night if I watched any horror movies. I watched a few and I lost sleep, so I stopped early on in life. But beside horror movies, the movie that I couldn't really watch and I tried multiple times was uh, the movie about infidelity, indecent proposal. And it, because, you know, it's infidelity, whether, to your other half, to your country, to your tribe, to humanity. Infidelity to humanity is unforgivable. Infidelity to the progress of humanity is unforgivable. So, and then the way it they were struggling in the capitalist economy, that okay, we need a certain amount of fiat money to continue existing, so why don't you go bang that guy, get some fiat money? It was basically the woman agreed to pimp herself out so her family can better manage their financial situation. You're thinking to yourself, so, but this such a idea would not be even a question in a communist economy. It would not be even a question in a socialist economy. But it is a question, and obviously it has an answer in a capitalist economy. Infidelity because of money, because of power, because of where you are, and because of where you want to be. Infidelity becomes uh, an instrument, another instrument to move along, to speed up the process of where you want to go, where you want to get. And no, infidelity, I don't mean even, married people. I'm thinking about, infidelity just for the money part or just for the power part. That even when people are not married, it's a cheap way of, cutting the line and moving in front of the line because apparently you think being ahead of the line is important enough to sleep with the boss. Only women think that way. It's just, which brings me to infidelity at the highest levels, and then you find out that you know Clinton, even even the 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 before Clinton, the Kennedys, there are all these rumors and truths, or that truths that came out as rumors and this and that, that people started expecting less and less in terms of fidelity from their leaders. It's the highest person, the most revered, respected person in our land. Well, he has cheated on his, you know, on his partner on multiple times. He, or recently we have figured out that she as well. Apparently Mrs. Haley has cheated on multiple times. Not according to me. I read it that some people have actually signed affidavits, sort of sworn before the law that Mrs. Haley has had, you know, multiple infidelity, okay, occasions of being unfaithful to her husband, who, in as per her acknowledgement, is a combat veteran. And then you think that, you know, so he's been overseas, he's been doing some combating, and he's a veteran, so you got him as a trophy husband? So he's a military guy, so you married him because you wanted to follow political path. So you thought in every other sentence you can say that, oh, but my husband is a combat veteran? Dude, you cheated on the combat veteran. That's one of the whew, that's one of those things that should automatically disqualify people. It's sort of like, if I was a woman and I had cheated on my combat veteran husband on multiple occasions with multiple people, I would try to move to Colorado and live in a fucking cave. I'm not sure. Seriously, like Peter Zehan, I would move to Colorado and try living in a cave, because I would take myself out of all kinds of human interaction, because it's not the sexual part, it's the, well, you weren't around and I was horny. I'm sorry, they're cucumbers, they are watermelons, there are all sorts of Japanese manufacturers dildos. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't do without, and you commit adultery on your combat veteran husband, and everybody goes along with it, says, yeah, that's okay. Well, it started with Kennedy, it started with Clinton, and now and both candidates, both Trump and Mrs. Haley, they both have committed adultery, and it's not the sexual part, it's the psychological part. That is this what one would want in a leader? A cheater? One who does not value the trust that the partner has put in them, in order not to do a very simple act. Don't fuck anybody. This is not like, fucking is not an accident. You don't accidentally fuck anybody. Fucking is a very premeditated action that one can choose not to commit. This is not an accident. Fucking, screwing around is not an accident. It's premeditated. It has other options. As I said, there is for Mrs. Haley, there is all kind of aubergine and cucumbers and watermelons, and depending on the need, there are big and small instruments in order to solve the issue. But the fact that no, that doesn't do it for me. I'm okay with cheating, being unfaithful, and to my husband. or to my wife. It's like, okay, what? Forget about moral. Forget about this act of. It's like, it's like being in partnership in an LLC and finding out your partner has been selling the secrets of the LLC to a competing LLC. It goes as simple as that. You're in charge of a company, you have a partner, and then you find out your partner has been selling your secret formula. Imagine, Coca-Cola, Mr. Coca and Mr. Cola are partners, and then Mr. Coca finds out that Mr. Cola has been selling the secrets of their syrup for their main product to others, to competitors. Here, Mr. Pepsi, give me some money. I give you the secret of Coca-Cola. I am cola. It's just not good business. Forget about that. Forget about it's sinful. It's destructive towards the social structure that is family, and the social structure, the whole social structure, which is based on these smaller structures, which we call family. The whole thing is goes up in smoke. Forget about all that. Just the fact that you you can't even be partners and run an LLC with somebody who's okay with selling the secrets of the LLC. Here's my private part is the my private part is half of the secret of the LLC, and I'm willing to share it with somebody else. Yeah, you have a LLC, you have a marriage, and you sell your private parts or you give away your private parts to somebody else who's not in this LLC. You sell the secret sauce of the LLC to somebody else. You give it away to somebody else. You want to give it away to somebody else. That's worse than selling nuclear secrets. You see where I'm going with this? That's why I'm not. I mean, when you normalized, when the society normalizes its top leaders cheating on their little families, how much more private can an LLC get than a marriage? How much more private it can get? This is not being a president or a prime minister of a whole bunch of people. It's like you're the husband or your wife, or you're the wife of your whole population. You're the husband of your whole population. It's like you have signed an LLC with the whole population, and you have to be entrusted to be a partner in that LLC. Mr. Rishi Sunak is one partner in the partnership of Rishi Sunak and the fucking British LLC. You see, if Rishi Sunak sells the LLC secret, that's a problem. But the reality is Rishi Sunak is also part of Rishi Sunak and India LLC, whether he likes it or not, because he's that color and he's from that race. And he can't sell his race out either. So the idea is that all these things about infidelity can be related to such a concepts as LLC and being in a commercial partnership. And if you see people not being true to the people they have chosen to start an LLC with, to their commercial partners, to their domestic partners, to any kind of partnership that you choose to commence, if you cannot be loyal to any kind of partnership that you choose to commence with a signature, then what good are you to your future partners? Who the fuck wants to be a partner with you when you have shown that you have not been a good partner to your previous LLC. It's like somebody going around, who has formed many LLCs previously and has cheated on every one of those partners in every one of those commercial enterprises, but still keeps, with the head held up, held high, nose held up, expecting other people to form corporations with him or her. Yes, sign here. I become the CEO or the leader of your corporation. Me and you together, we're going to be partners. I'm willing to do that. Are you willing to do that? If you are, vote for me. I'm sorry. You just fucked your previous commercial partner in your LLC. You cheated on your wife, or you cheated, in case of Mrs. Haley, Nikki Haley, you cheated on your husband on multiple occasions. You broke your last LLC. You broke that trust previously. Why would anybody else want to form an LLC with you? I'm sorry, call me naive, but I think, you know, if you come today and tell me I want to form a partnership with you, buy a piece of land and develop it, and I ask around and find out that you have fucked over multiple people that were partners with you previously, you fucked them over, and you cheated behind their back, I would say no, thank you very much. I work alone. Thank you. I don't form any kind of partnership with folks such as you. That would be my answer. Infidelity, sexual infidelity in a marriage is the is the report card, because again, it's not something that happens by accident. It's premeditated. You choose to have a sexual relationship outside of your marriage. You choose that. It doesn't happen by accident. When you do choose that, you are breaking the basically the rules of your LLC. You're breaking the rules of your corporation. And as such, what is going to prevent you breaking any rules of any new corporation, or any new corporation you get hired for in the future? What stops you from that? Nothing. You have shown who you are. You can't be trusted. Period. Why would I want to be partners with you again? And that's the lesson from, Indecent Proposal. It took me like 3 times to watch the fucking movie. 3 tries, 4 tries. I couldn't watch it through. It's like once it got to the middle and it was the idea of betrayal that was being normalized, being justified. The two of them tried to justify to each other that this betrayal how can we sell betrayal to ourselves? How can we just justify betrayal to ourselves? Let's see if we can make this square a circle. You can try. You can try. It's not a good idea. I'm sorry, I'm not a religious person, I'm not a square person. Okay, premarital sex, that's fine. But once you agree to form an LLC, a partnership, that's called a marriage, you're agreeing to certain conditions. And that is the first condition, that I will be faithful to this corporation. I mean, if you sell the corporate secrets, they're gonna, fuck you in the courts. marriage is much more important because like it's not like you and a thousand other people in this corporation. No, it's like you and one other person in that corporation, and you couldn't even keep your word to that one other person. I'm sorry, I don't think it's being normalized and it's not normal. It's not trustable. It's not negotiable. You have to show that you can be trusted. It's not about being a Boy Scout, it's about showing a history of trustworthiness. Who shows a history of trustworthiness? I don't think anybody shows in the higher upper echelons of an old empire. Almost nobody shows evidence of trustworthiness. Old empires, that's what happens. The upper echelon, they almost all of them lose perspective and